JC here from Toy News International and JediInsider.com, and I just wanted to throw together this quick video to share my thoughts on the new Star Wars Rogue One teaser trailer that broke this morning. I'm sure most of you have seen the trailer by now, and I just wanted to share some thoughts. So it's not really necessarily a trailer reaction video, but again, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts, and definitely would be interested in hearing what you all thought about it in the comment section below. So, and if you haven't seen it by chance, I'll put a link to the actual trailer that's on JediInsider.com now. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So anyway, my first thought after watching the trailer, and this is an observation, I'm not saying it is a bad thing or anything, but definitely you can tell Disney is going for that, trying, I guess, to tap into that female demographic. You know, we kind of saw it with Force Awakens and Rey, and I think we're seeing it even more so with this movie. Definitely looks like the lead character is going to be a female character. And again, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just, you know, an observation, and very different from the original movies or even the prequels. So definitely looks like this movie is going to focus on a female character. Now obviously we have other characters. I don't know the names of all these characters yet. I only know the basic premise of the plot, and I haven't delved that deeply, you know, into spoiler type material. So again, I don't really know a lot about any of these characters as of yet. So anyway, definitely looks like we also have a Han Solo type character that's going to be in this movie. I don't know what role or how much of a role he's going to play. And then, of course, we have other supporting characters, all of which seem to be primarily, you know, male characters. But definitely I'm getting kind of that Hunger Games vibe from this trailer, which, you know, some of you may not like, but, you know, doesn't bother me too much. I was definitely... So... First of all, the basic premise of this movie, if you haven't already gathered, is this takes place before Episode 4, A New Hope, and basically the Death Star looks like it's just been completed. And definitely love that shot with like that, looks like that final piece of the first Death Star is being put into place. I think that's definitely a cool visual that I enjoyed seeing. But basically, so the movie takes place before A New Hope, and where, you know, the rebellion is trying to get, you know, more details about this Death Star and how to destroy it. So I don't know if the people in this movie are supposed to be the Bothans, because it was the Bothan spies, I think, who, you know, stole the plans for the Death Star originally. You know, I don't know. You know, Rogue One is really kind of reference to you know, one of the teams of X-Wing fighter pilots, which we see, you know, we get references of the guys walking, you know, as prisoners down the street in X-Wing fighter suits and stuff. But, you know, I don't know how all of it's going to play out exactly. But definitely this is a prequel type movie, and so because of that, you know, I've not been as excited about it as, like, you know, The Force Awakens and the movies that kind of further the story. You know, these look backs are kind of cool in some ways, but they're hard to kind of get excited because we basically know the end result. We know what's going to happen. We know how that they get the plans for the Death Star. We know they destroy the Death Star. So these, you know, which was kind of issues that I had with the original prequels. We know what's going to happen. So it takes some of the fun out of it to me, but still, it's kind of cool to see how things formed, how the Death Star was built. It's also nice to see old classic vehicles. You know, again, when the Star Destroyer, the you know, classic Star Destroyer flies by, that's definitely another cool scene. Another observation that I'm making from this trailer is we're going to be getting a lot of different stormtroopers. So as far as like the toys go, I would expect to see a bunch of different army builder stormtroopers released when this toy line, you know, makes it to market. Stormtroopers that we obviously didn't really see in the original movies, but have later seen variations of in the expanded universe, like a Shadow Trooper, and others. And also, like, looks like, you know, one of the scenes they're driving around in some kind of armored transport, which looks pretty cool. Looks like would make a cool toy. Now, I will say it would have been, I kind of think it would have been cooler if they had used, like, the designs for the original troop transport, and, you know, which never actually made it to the screen in the original Star Wars movie. Would have been cool if we'd seen something like that. And maybe we will, I don't know. Also, other familiar characters that we see, Mon Mothma, young Mon Mothma, which, you know, she definitely looks like she was a perfect choice for the role. Now, I can't is this the same actress that played the young Mon Mothma in Revenge of the Sith? I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing maybe it is, but I don't know for sure. But she definitely looks very much like a young version of that character that we first saw in A New Hope. Or, no, I'm sorry, Return of the Jedi is actually when we first saw her. Looks like, I don't know, I don't think that's supposed to be Grand Admiral Thrawn. In fact, I'm almost sure it's not, because he's supposed to have blue skin and red eyes. But definitely looks like he's wearing a Grand Admiral outfit. So this is like, I guess, our first official look at a Grand Admiral. Again, a type of character that we've seen in the expanded universe, but never in the actual official movies. The dude with the walking up in this smoke-filled room with the black cloak doesn't really look like Darth Vader. Don't think I've ever seen Vader wear a cloak with a hood, but definitely looks like has some kind of Sith aspirations to him when he's walking in the room with Emperor Royal Guards. So I don't know if that's going to be a scene with Emperor Palpatine. I'm assuming that we'll at least get glimpses of the Emperor and maybe even Darth Vader in this movie. So that would be kind of cool. You know, that's kind of a question that still kind of remains up in the air. Are we going to see younger versions of many of the characters that we see later on in A New Hope and stuff? Are we going to see a young Princess Leia? Are we going to see Darth Vader? Is James Earl Jones going to return as Darth Vader in this movie? Are we going to see Emperor Palpatine? So, and if so, how much? How much of a role are they going to actually play? No lightsabers at this point. We got this guy that kind of has a Splinter type vibe to me, a young Splinter type vibe from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, fighting stormtroopers with basically a stick. I don't know if he's some kind of Jedi or not. And then we've got the Forrest Whitaker character, who doesn't really strike me as a Jedi, but definitely some kind of mentor type character maybe. Looks like somebody's seen a lot of battle. Almost has like a washed out bounty hunter type vibe to me. I don't know. So interesting to see how that character plays out. So overall, I was less excited. I'm more excited about the movie after seeing this trailer than I was before. Again, mainly because just these type of prequel movies. I love the Rebels cartoon. I love seeing that kind of stuff in the Rebels cartoon. But with a movie, I'd rather look forward more than back, especially when it's not focusing on main characters that we know. This is basically introducing all new characters that we've never seen before. So it's like, how important are these people really going to be if we've never heard of them before? Obviously, they don't seem to have been around when A New Hope comes around. So, again, injecting new main characters into the storyline like this, I'm a little dubious of when until we see how it actually plays out. So that's my thoughts. Again, I definitely would really love to hear what you all think about it. And if you haven't checked out the trailer, which I highly doubt, I'm sure most of you by now are going to have seen it. But if not, check out the link below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.